much to talk about today. Of course, March Madness, baby, started this week. NFL, free agency, NBA, playoff push. A lot of things to talk about. Let's go. All right. I know somebody forgot to put up the NYMD podcast little post. All right. But this is the NYMD podcast with your host, Kevin Hurt Branch, right here on a Saturday. We got a whole lot to talk about. Of course, you can follow us on StreamYard and YouTube. Subscribe and like. We really appreciate it. Of course, we're on Facebook, IG, and the Twitter, as well as, hopefully that island. That would be a great broadcast from that island. I would love that. As well as Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Spreaker, and Stitcher apps. Wherever you find podcasts, you'll find us, the NY2MD podcast. What's up, B?
Man, I'm doing good, man. Look, man, 2 more days until spring. We got NFL free agency. We got the NCAA tourney kicking off.
Dun, 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 dun. Yep.
Times is good, man. I can't complain. But I want to kick off the show real quick. I just want to give a shout out. I think we touched briefly last week before the Oscars came out. We touched briefly on the Oscars. You know, the Oscars is my thing. You know what I'm saying? I love movies, man. And I just want to give a shout out to the movie that won 7 Academy Awards. My favorite movie of 2022. The awesomeness of everything, everywhere, all at once. Way to go get those 7 Academy Awards. It should have been 6, though, because I still think Angela Bassett should have got Best Supporting Actress.
And I think she thought she should have got
it. Yeah. But, you know, Jamie Lee Curtis, she did a great job. I can't really say that, you know, Angela Bassett got snubbed because Jamie Lee Curtis did.
But she gave us everything.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah, that was crazy. But yeah, I just wanted to say a quick shout out. I'm so happy, man. The coolest thing though was seeing Kehoe Quinn,
dude,
hug Harrison.
Indy, hug Indy.
Yo, that was so awesome. And
that made me so happy. It's unbelievable.
His story is so.
That just made me just seeing, you know, again, all of us being a fan of, you know, Indiana Jones, at least for me, at least the first 3 movies, and having I think Short Round came in Temple of Doom.
Yeah, Temple of Doom.
And even though he had that awful hat on, but you know, he was such a big part. I mean, he woke Indy up, you know, before when Indy was, you know, possessed.
Yeah.
So he put the fire to him and got him out of it. So it's just and just seeing that now, and that's so long ago, long. Like, it's just so cool. That was a really cool moment.
Yeah, man. So
and luckily nobody got into a fight. So
yeah, but that was I love that movie because it's one of the most original, creative, yet bizarre and weird movies I've ever seen. But it was awesome. But anyway, we ain't here to talk about movies, Hurt.
Well, we are, because shout out to Michelle Yeoh, who I love in everything.
Dude, I was so happy. I didn't think she was going to win it, but she is so good in that. She is so freaking
good in everything.
It's unbelievable.
Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Yeah, I've been loving her ever since that movie, yo.
She's
in so much stuff.
Oh, she's in everything. But yeah, she's currently in Star Trek Discovery.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, she's great in that too. I always love Michelle Yeoh. So.
Yeah, she's in everything, everywhere, all at once.
All at once. This is true. This is true. But yeah, so shout out to her. Actually, I think Jonathan Majors is in everything, everywhere, all at once.
Yes, dude. Good Lord, yo.
Yeah, that dude's everywhere. He even got Army commercials. Like that dude.
Yo, and he's about to come out with another movie. What's it called? I want to see it. And this next movie he's about to come out, they say this is his best one.
Wow.
Like Magazine Dreams or something like that. I gotta
Yeah, that dude. Yeah, he's The
But Hurt, this is so cool. Yeah, Magazine Dreams. He's about to come out with that. But we about to get. Oh, it already came out, so I gotta watch it. Anyway, we about to get like bombarded with such a good movie. I cannot wait, I cannot wait. So Anyway, you know what else I can't wait for?
Well, you're in spring, so what's after that?
Well, I was gonna say I can't wait for Lamar Jackson thing to be resolved, man.
Well, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Let's start off with a little play-in, okay?
All right.
So, of course, the main headline, at least for me, of the week is March Madness has started. It is here, and it ain't going nowhere for a minute. And it was March, and it's been mad. It's been mad already after 2 days. I know you weren't excited. In fact, as we spoke yesterday, you didn't even turn on a game yet, really. Like you accidentally may have turned on a game because you weren't, even though Maryland came on first, like you had no idea.
No. It's not that I didn't have any idea. I just wasn't. I was at work. I couldn't watch.
Oh yeah. But not like you still took off. But my whole thing is, like, you didn't know what time. You knew they were playing, but you didn't know what time they were playing.
Well, no. I knew. No, at some point I didn't know that they were playing like around noonish or something.
Oh, okay. Because you seem surprised. I'm like, but they're tipping it off their first game of the day on Thursday.
Well, I think it's because I didn't realize they were the very first.
Very first, gotcha. Yeah. Like maybe like the 12:45 or something. No,
yeah.
They were the 12:10, brother.
That's crazy.
So yeah, tipped off, and they came out with the dub. So
yeah, but Hurt, I did, like I said, we talked yesterday, and I did tell you I was going to watch the Miami game, and I did watch the Miami game.
Listen, I thought Drake was by himself. was going to sit there and beat Miami, but
I felt bad for Drake, yo, because they went up by like 9 points with like 2.5 minutes left or something like that.
I didn't. I needed that money.
So did all your teams win?
All the teams won for that. All the green, and if they had green, it was the St. Patrick's Day bet.
Oh, that's what. Okay.
So Michigan State, Baylor, and Miami.
That's right. I didn't even.
Miami's main color is orange, but they have, of course, green.
Yeah, but sometimes green is their dominant color.
Yeah. So green. No, I'm saying green is their secondary main color.
Yeah.
So, so they were picked for the St. Patrick's Day. So Michigan State won theirs, Baylor won theirs. Miami was the only one that was struggling.
Woo.
I was just like,
he just pulled it out. Everything all right over there?
Yeah, I don't know if he was young or what.
Who, Max?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize he was down there.
I didn't know either. I thought he was on the couch. I'm like, where? I didn't know. That's why I was looking around because I couldn't see him. He's right underneath me.
Oh, okay. But nah, man, that was nice, man. So Miami pulled it out. But let's talk about some of these, first round matches.
Oh my God. Hold on a second.
That's Drake calling like, yo. Anywho, it's been it's been the madness has begun with these tournaments. And I want to start off with a 16 seed beating a 1. And I can't wait to talk about this because this 16 okay, let's talk about it. Purdue was listed, was made a number 1 seed, okay? Purdue was the number 1 seed. And I remember when with Selection Sunday, I was wondering where Purdue was going to be seated. Granted, they kind of fluctuated throughout the year. They were pretty much a top 5 team, but at one point they were number 1. Then they had some losses in the Big Ten that took down their ranking. Then they were back, but they were always ranked high they were always ranked highly in the top 5. Pretty much all season. But just in watching them play, I was never a believer in them. Never. It's I don't know what it is. It's something about these Big Ten teams that I just struggle with. I don't feel like they'll go far. I don't think they'll do well in the tournament. And Purdue is just one of those teams because I feel like they lost to teams this year that they had no business losing to. I think Maryland beat them at home, if memory serves me correct. I'm pretty sure Maryland beat Purdue And or if they didn't beat them, I know on the road, Maryland only lost to Purdue at Purdue by like 2 points. So I know they put up a good fight against them. They were just a team I was never ever convinced with. So to see them go down by a number 16 seed was just crazy. So Fairleigh Dickinson, they took them out, and I couldn't have been more happier. Couldn't have been more happier because I just didn't see it all season with them. What did you think hurt with Purdue going down to Fairleigh Dickinson? The second time in NCAA history, a first seed dropping to a 16 seeded team.
I just don't understand how. I know all the Apple products are put in together, but man, like I canceled the call and it just kept ringing on my computer and it won't stop. So I'm like, what in the Hades is going on? I just need it. Matter of fact, I think if I turn my phone off, will anything else ring? Like if I turn it off?
It's gonna. So if it's only gonna go off on that phone.
Yeah, but I'm saying if they call phone, like it goes straight to voicemail, it won't ring on anything else, right?
It might.
Oh, we'll try it.
Yeah, I think.
Right, if you're trying to call me now, I turn the power off of my phone, people. So anyway,
well, just put your phone on do not disturb instead of turning it off. Yeah,
that's a good idea because I've never done that.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, I'll do that after I turn my phone back on. You know what the crazy thing is? When I saw the statistic that Purdue last 3 losses are the seeds 13 or lower.
Oh.
They lost to a 13, they lost to a 15, and they lost to a 16. So I was not surprised. Now I have not watched college basketball all year.
Right.
And FDU, once they won their playing game, the coaches said, "Oh, I watched Purdue. I watched tape out of Purdue, and we could beat them." So that's what he said after they won their game. And he kind of walked that back a little bit as a game coach because you don't want to,
Yeah.
But he was right. Then I looked at the team, not dissing the team, trying not to diss the team, and I was just looking like this. Like it's almost like this is Sparta type thing. Like this is your number 1 seed. Like this is your number. Like this is one of the 4 best teams in basketball. That's the most unathletic team I've seen as a number 1 seed. I think.
Yeah, they have 2 big guys. You know what I'm saying? I think
that one big guy. He's good. Like he's good, but that team, I was like, what?
Yeah.
I don't know. They just like I think it was Chuck said like they're just not athletic out on the perimeter, which they weren't. And even if they got past this game, I don't think they were going to get too much further unless a team started playing. They're one of those teams where you have to play their game in order for them to win.
Yes.
They try to adapt and play a faster, game. They're not. And that's exactly what happened. And if their open shots are off, because they're an inside-out team. So if that inside-out's not working, they're not working. And they didn't work. And, FDU, I honestly, UMBC was more of a shot than this to me.
Yeah.
Because we never saw it before.
Right.
There's some games that would have been close. We've never seen it. And this is the second time I wasn't as shocked. But you said, and we talked about before, like produced posers. And they were posers.
Yeah, sure.
They were literal posers. They should not have even been there. And again, they lost to a 13 seed 2 years ago. Last year, they didn't make it to, I think it was the Sweet 16 where they lost to St. Peter's. So another New Jersey school. And then, this year to FDU, New Jersey school. So I was just kind of shocked that this is your champion,
Right.
So yeah, your conference should be ashamed.
Look. So my question is on ESPN, how many perfect brackets are still left?
Oh, this has got to be 0.
Like
after because Purdue was last night. The day before,
yes,
16.3 million got knocked out. So that was just because Arizona losing to Princeton, which I didn't have.
Wow.
It's 15-2. Usually 15-2 may happen, but that was still shocking. And who else lost? Oh my gosh, 15 and a 2. Nine. How come I can't remember?
Memphis lost.
Yeah, they were. That was 8-9.
Let's see.
But no, like the upset, like a higher seed that was upset. For
Sure.
Virginia again. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was Virginia. Yeah, how could we forget the other team that chokes a lot?
Yeah.
Won a national championship. So yeah, dude. So after those brackets, people were out. So I'm sure, unless you're a Fairleigh Dickinson alumni and you picked all the other upsets, there aren't any perfect brackets left again. So I know there might be the random ones and the weird ones and stuff like that, but yeah, I'm sure there's not that many perfect brackets. It's got two, if that. But yeah, but so far so good, man. Like I said, that was a big upset. Arizona, I didn't see Arizona losing. I didn't even know that happened. Honestly, I was kind of late to that. And Virginia losing. So, is your Final Four still intact?
My Final Four. Hold on, let me think. UCLA. I gotta have my I gotta pull my bracket up.
Yeah, I'll take a look at it.
Thank you.
Yeah, but so are you going to start watching games? I know Maryland's on tonight at 9:40.
Yeah, so I'll watch that one.
Okay.
I may. This might shock you. I may watch the Duke Tennessee game. I have to have a rooting interest, though.
Or rooting for Tennessee.
Oh, now, absolutely.
Now the issue is, whoever wins that has a really good chance to get into the Elite Eight, because that's the team that's going to face Fairleigh Dickinson or FAU. So it's the FDU versus FAU.
Oh man!
And the winner of that.
I hate Duke, man.
Who said they're going to win today, dude?
I hate Duke.
Dude, I was watching.
What
was that movie? Anchorman. And you remind me of Brick right now. I love Lamp. I hate Duke. I love Lamp. Brick, are you just saying you hate Duke because they're going to be playing? I hate Duke.
I hate Duke.
That's your go-to. I hate Duke.
I hate Duke.
I love Lamp.
I love Lamp.
Now you have UCLA winning it. Yeah, your Final Four still there. Alabama, Kentucky, Houston, UCLA.
Yeah.
So you did have Purdue going pretty far. I
did.
Yeah. You had them going to the Elite Eight, losing to Kentucky.
I thought I had them winning the first two rounds and then losing in the Elite Eight.
Yeah, well, you had them beating Duke.
Oh, that's what it. That's probably what it was.
Yeah, you had them beating Duke. So
yeah,
that didn't happen, brother.
Oh man, any other shockers in the first round or any other games in the first round?
No, there's just been good games. I have enjoyed all the games that have been going on. I just love tournament time. It's just fun. It's exciting. And the women's tournament started yesterday too. So top seeds like South Carolina played. They won. Maryland won. They beat Holy Cross at home. Then UConn plays today. So all the big teams are are playing this weekend. So it's a whole day for me of just nothing but college basketball greatness.
Yeah.
It's joyful. It's fun. It's the tournament. Crazy things happen. And I cannot say enough about how much I love, March Madness. So, I'm looking forward to some of the games today. But I'm, looking forward to see who makes it to the Sweet 16.
Okay.
So, like I said, we got Alabama, Maryland. We have San Diego State, and of course, Furman, the Paladins. That's the team that beat Virginia.
Yeah.
Against San Diego State today. Houston and Auburn at 7:10. We also have Penn State, who knocked off Texas A&M, play another Texas team in Texas. So they stopped a Texas A&M Texas rivalry game in there. But I thought Penn State was a pretty good team. So I picked them to win, and they play Texas tonight. And then we got Kansas, Arkansas, which is going to be a pretty good game. Northwestern and UCLA. UCLA's your.
I might watch that one actually.
Final Four team. That's at 8:40. Duke Tennessee games at 2:40. So.
Okay, and I think I'm gonna check out this Princeton.
And Missouri and Princeton 6:10.
Yeah, I was saying I'm gonna check out this Princeton Missouri game.
You think is that your phone?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay, cool. I was like, because I don't want to keep beeping and going off crazy.
Well, I have Android, so you would have known the.
Okay. Yeah. All right, so who you like today between Furman and San Diego State, since that's coming up in an hour?
Let's go with Furman.
Furman. Oh, okay. The Paladins over the Aztecs.
Yeah, why not?
All right. All right. Even though you picked San Diego State, but you picked San Diego State beat Virginia. Virginia was there, so
yes.
Just to let you know. Missouri, Princeton, the Battle of the Tigers.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Princeton.
Oh wow, okay. Princeton's gonna be a 15 going in there. Your Duke, Tennessee. I'm not gonna even ask you that question.
You know, right.
Northwestern, UCLA. You got UCLA?
Of course.
Kansas, Arkansas.
Well, Kansas, of course.
Could be Arkansas, right? Kansas, Arkansas. We got Penn State, Texas.
Texas.
All right. And Houston, Auburn.
Houston.
Okay, cool. Man, I'm not going to even ask you the Alabama Maryland game.
Come on, man.
We know you. We know who your heart's rooting for.
Maryland's not.
It's A versus an M.
Right.
So we'll see. We'll see how it works.
Roll Tide.
Yeah, man. March Madness. What'd you say?
I said Roll Tide.
Oh, that's blasphemy. They're playing your team.
I'm not. I'm joking, dude. You know.
I know. But just even
fear the turtle.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. No, listen, no one's got what Testudo's got, son.
Exactly.
Don't worry, but you got Testudo, son. But so yeah, I cannot wait for that. So real quick, going from the NCAA to the NBA real quick.
Okay.
Just want a couple updates because I'm gonna stay in the basketball bracket. And see what I did there, the basketball bracket. Let's see. Today, real quick, I'm sorry, go back to the women's. A couple good games. Oklahoma, Portland. UCLA, Sacramento State is going to be a big game. Oh, Maryland's next game is against Arizona, by the way.
Oh, when is that?
That is tomorrow at 5:30.
Okay.
Then, of course, the women play at home for the first couple rounds. So they'll be doing that. Any other big games tomorrow? Number 1, Virginia Tech will be playing South Dakota State tomorrow after the big win they had against Chattanooga. Virginia Tech is a very good team this year. Let's see. UConn, of course, plays today at 3 o'clock versus Vermont. And Duke Iona is at 9:30. So a lot of big games. Check it out on ESPN, ESPN 2, ESPN 7, I think, ESPN 25 as well for all the women's games. All right, going to the NBA. So we usually try to keep track of where the Wizards, Knicks, and Lakers are. So 2 out of the 3 are in playoff position, and one of them's not. Which one do you think is out of a current playoff position?
Between the Wizards and who?
The Wizards, Knicks, and Lakers. Like I usually keep track of those 3. 2 of the 3 are in a playoff position. One of them is not. Which one's not?
The Lakers is not.
And that would be incorrect.
The Wizards
are currently still in 10th. They are on a 2-game loser streak. They lost last night on the buzzer beater against the Mavericks. Why is that? You know what? Oh, my God. Somebody call me again. Hold on a second. Maybe if I answer. Call you back. I'm like, maybe if I answer, there won't be a problem. All right. I think I'm doing okay. All right. Nothing went off. Maybe I'll just answer the phone next time because I forgot to put. See, this is why I turned it off in the first place. But at least the thing's not going crazy. Your phone's going crazy. It's busy today, people. I'm sorry. I apologize. But the Lakers are currently in 10th. Losing, they lost last night, but a buzzer beater to Dallas. But they're still I think on record wise, percentage points they're ahead of Utah for the 10th spot currently. The Knicks are in 5th. They seem to be kind of comfortable there. Game and a half ahead of the Brooklyn Nets right now, which is good. The Wizards are the team that are currently out sitting in 12th. 12th. They are a half game behind the Bulls. They lost their last one. They're 4-6 in the last 10. So they got to get it together. So that was our quick. I don't think anything else is going on. I know Milwaukee and Denver have clinched playoff spots, and Denver's clinched the division. And they're the only teams currently that have done so. And they're both, of course, number 1 seeds in their conferences. So that's I think that's it. for NBA. So speaking of 3 initial team leagues, dude, NFL, free agency, quarterback carousel, all types of craziness going on in your world of the NFL. My team signed some people. Your team, I don't know what your team is doing. Other people signed some people. Other teams getting quarterbacks. People not happy with their teams, what they're doing in free agency. People want to be traded because they signed an offensive line. All types of craziness going on, man. What's your main story coming out of NFL free agency this week?
Well, there's 2 main stories, right? And these are people that really don't have teams right now, or kind of have teams, but there are 2 QBs in the market right now: Lamar Jackson and Aaron Rodgers. And these are 2 MVP quarterbacks. The Ravens placed the non-exclusive franchise tag on Lamar Jackson, which means his cap number is $32.4 million for 1 year. He has the right, as of March 15th, he has the right to negotiate with any team he wants to for a contract. But that also means that the Ravens have the right to match any offer sheet given to Lamar Jackson. There's only one team I'm really concerned with at the moment, and I have a dark horse team, the Colts. They traded Stephon Gilmore earlier this week, and they cut Matt Ryan. That cleared up about $37 million in cap space. The moment I saw that Matt Ryan was cut, I was like, uh-oh, they're going to go after Lamar Jackson. Their new head coach is the Eagles' old offensive coordinator. See what he did with Jalen Hurts. Sees a talent like Lamar, probably thinks, hey, man, I can take this guy to the next level. Plus, not to mention,
who's their offensive coordinator? Their offensive coordinator
from the Philadelphia. I forget.
Oh, he became the head coach. That's right.
He's the head coach.
You know who I still have in my head? I still see Frank Reich.
I thought you were going to say Jeff Saturday.
No, do not. I repeat, I do not see Jeff Saturday on that sideline.
Okay.
I see Frank Reich.
But no, the reason why I'm a little concerned is because earlier in the week, I forgot when this happened, but the Bears traded the number 1 pick to Carolina. And boy, did they get a haul. I mean, the Bears they traded the number 1 pick for the 9th pick for DJ Moore, next year's 1, this year's 2, next year's 2. I mean, they got a whole smack of stuff. But so you figure Houston and Carolina taking QB. CJ Stroud, Bryce Young, they're going 1-2. Indy sits in no man land right there at number 4. So do they want Will Levis? Do they want Richardson? Who knows? But
I can't wait until we do our quarterback thing. I know the draft isn't like for another month, so we'll get to do that. But where I'm seeing Richardson go, to me, it's just blowing my mind.
Where are you seeing him going?
I mean, when I'm seeing all these little mocks and stuff, like he's going in the top 10.
That's ridiculous. Dude.
And I'm just like, what are we looking for? I'm kind of confused.
Yeah.
So I'm like, to each his own, but I just don't see it. So I can't wait to talk about that.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So no, I was just making a point. So that pretty much puts the Colts in no man's land, right? Because maybe they don't want to pick Levis and Richardson that high. So why not go after Lamar Jackson? Here's the thing, though. He doesn't have an offer sheet, as we know of, quite yet. And I don't know if we're going to see one because QBs got snapped up quick, yo. Like
real quick. Let's go to run them down.
Yeah.
Derek Carr. Matter of fact, you know what? Let's do this. Let's do this. I'll name a quarterback. You tell me what team they went to.
Yeah, there we go. All right.
Derek Carr.
He's in New Orleans.
Andy Dalton.
Oh, Andy Dalton got snatched up. I had no idea. This is news. Where'd he go?
He went to Carolina.
Oh,
North Carolina. Yep. Mike White.
The Dolphins, which I thought was a great move, by the way.
Yep. Baker Mayfield.
Tampa.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Raiders.
Yeah. Tyler Heineke. My man.
Washington. Not Atlanta.
Atlanta. Good job. Jared Stidham.
Denver.
Case Keenum.
I do not know.
Houston. Sam Darnold.
He's in San Fran.
Good job. Nick Mullins.
Where? I have no idea.
Minnesota.
Okay.
Minnesota. And last but not least, Jacoby Brissett.
I forgot.
All right. He is in Washington now.
Oh,
So Jacoby Brissett is with Washington, which I think is a great idea. It's a great idea. I likes it. I likes it a lot.
are you serious? You like it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. I was just.
Yeah. No, yeah, why wouldn't I? I mean,
Do you know how much he signed for to go to Washington?
you're asking too many questions. I know.
Okay, all right.
It's
I'll
a
look it
1
up.
or 2 year, I'm sure not a ton of money, but at least he knows he has a chance to play. Maybe. I mean, I know it's going to be Sam Howell's team, but we'll see. But Jacoby at least can go in there, and hey, that's a place where I may get some run. So remaining free agents, real quick, are as you named earlier, Matty Ice, which I just didn't understand anyway. So anyway, if you play for the Colts for a year, you're gone.
Right.
So Teddy Bridgewater still out there. Why Joe Flacco hasn't retired and his name's still out here, but it is Joe Flacco. And of course, Carson Wentz.
Oh yeah.
Whose last 2 seasons have been with 2 different teams. And he's been cut. So
All right. So just so you know, Jacoby Brissett signed a 1-year, $8 million contract with the Commanders.
thank you. Because I don't keep track of money. You're over there doing cap space and stuff.
Yeah, right.
So go ahead, go back.
So getting back to my original point, how do you think this Lamar Jackson thing is going to shake down? Oh, real quick, the surprise team, New England Patriots.
For Lamar, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I mean, obviously, if somebody tried to call him yesterday, since he was at a concert, he might not have been able to answer. So I mean, honesty, I'm not to sound. I know this is the NYMD podcast, and it's a show that we do. I'm not where you are when it comes to this because it's your team, right? I don't care. It's almost like the Aaron Rodgers thing. I don't care anymore. Okay. Not saying I don't care anymore. It's just I don't know what Lamar is going, what he's doing, or where he's going, and I'm not going to spend any time thinking about it. When it happens, it happens. Like whenever Aaron Rodgers, who says he wants to go to the Jets, which gives a whole bunch of free agent power to the Packers. Dictates where he wants to go after he comes out of a cave for 8 days or whatever it is. Anything can happen. I honestly don't care. I don't care. But who I think he's going to, I just can't see him playing with that Colt helmet. It just seems weird.
Yeah.
If the Patriots get him, that would be the craziest thing I've ever seen in football, period. But I don't know if Baltimore trades their guy, of all the teams, not named Tennessee to me, or Pittsburgh, to give Lamar to, going to the Patriots would be everybody in this city would probably throw half and half into the Bay downtown or something. I don't know. Like I feel like everybody here would just go crazy, like of all teams.
Yes.
So I don't know if they. I mean, even more than the Colts, to be honest. Like there's far more hatred towards the Patriots than the Colts. So I just, I don't know. It's I mean, I think he would have, if Aaron Rodgers said he wanted to go to the Jets, at least he would have been in play at other places. But I feel like Lamar's not going to come back here. That's the one thing I feel like I agree with you on. But I don't know where he's going. But God, Patriots, it'll be crazy.
Well, I think Lamar is coming back to Baltimore because,
like on a plane, you mean?
I think
he's going to sign with the team.
I don't know where else he's going to go.
What you said last week that you thought he was gone? Yeah,
but now that the market is, we've seen he doesn't have an offer sheet, and I thought Atlanta was going to try to make a play. I still think the Colts are going to try to make a play.
I still think Atlanta can. Unless they're going to draft somebody. What pick do they have? 2?
They have Atlanta has the 8th pick in the draft.
Oh. Unless they had, that would be I see him more there than any place. Like even if you sign Tyler Heineke, I love Tyler Heineke. Tyler Heineke is nowhere near Lamar. Not too many people are. So Atlanta still can.
So here's the thing. I'm looking at, like you said, I look at cap space. So right now the Patriots have $14 million in cap, well, pretty much $15 million in cap space. The Falcons have $34 million in cap space right now. So the Ravens have $7.5 million in cap space. But if you take out Lamar's salary, right, that's another $32.5 million. So they really have $40 million in cap space. So, and the reason why I say that is because if you don't count Lamar's salary, right, if another team tries to sign Lamar, right, or offer him something, that's $40 million in space that the Ravens would have allotted for the quarterback position. So I feel like the Ravens could match any offer. Because right now, including Lamar's salary, they have $40 million in cap space.
And also, I don't think his deal or whatever they offer him is going to be so far away from what the Ravens offered him in the first place, to be honest.
Yeah, unless the only way I see Lamar, and I could be wrong, right? Mm-hmm. But the only way I see Lamar leaving is if a team offers him a fully guaranteed contract. And is a team really going to do that? Are the Patriots going to offer him a fully guaranteed contract?
Heck no. The frugal teams, they're never going to do that. I was still kind of shocked at what's Tampa Bay doing? What's their idea? What's their plan?
Oh yeah, Baker Mayfield. Did you mention him?
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
oh, okay.
Yeah. Like what? Like I'm confused. Like what do you?
Yeah.
Are you trying not to win, or what are you doing?
Oh, the one person you didn't mention, I don't think, is who I wanted the Ravens to get. The Constant Gardner hurt. Colts signed Gardner Minshew to a 1 year, $3.5 million contract, which I thought was good. But like I said, his old coach is there, so it makes sense. And they still have a lot of room if they wanted to try to go after Lamar. But I just feel like teams might not try to do it because I feel like the Ravens have the cap space to match an offer. I really believe they do. So I'm not too worried about Lamar leaving now, honestly. Especially as teams, I'm looking at people's cap space numbers. I mean, if you didn't include Lamar Jackson's salary, the Ravens would be one of the top people in caps in cap.
Yeah.
So the Colts only have $20 million right now in cap space. So who knows? Whatever. I don't know. But we'll see. Any other let's talk about some other notable trades and transactions that happened, man. Because there was a lot. The Dolphins, man.
Got my boy.
What'd you think about that? Jalen Ramsey got traded to the Dolphins.
Yeah, I like it.
I do too.
I like it I like it for the Dolphins.
I mean, some people, they guess it's a good move. Some people.
We'll see how he performs, and if he. Listen, this is Jalen Ramsey,
perennial Pro Bowl receiver, going back home, Hurt.
Yeah, or cornerback. Yeah. Going back home. Remember, he was a Jaguar once. So he played in that humidity, moved over to the Rams, got his Super Bowl, and he's coming back to Florida, where he played his college football at the greatest football team in the state, of course, Florida State Seminoles. And he's going to make the defense better because, again, you got to stop Diggs, right? You got, and if A-Rod is going to show up as a Jets, you need some outside people to stop him too. So, again, some people are angry because they want offensive line help and they can't seem to protect their quarterback, which is a need. Definitely is a need, but I still think they're doing the right thing. They didn't give up. They gave away a third and a tight end for Jalen Ramsey. So it wasn't like they gave up a house.
No.
They gave up a third and a tight end. That's like giving up, 5 or 6 rows of your, tailgate for somebody. You know what I mean? Even that's how much it's worth. That tailgate's so good that it should return a player back. But that's all you're losing. So no, he's again, he's up there, but you were struggling to other cornerback because I think Byron Jones was hurt all the time. So you have 2 good guys. And now they don't even have to switch wide receivers. They get to stay on one guy, gets to stay on the other side, and one guy, and whatever side the main receiver's on, that's the guy who takes him.
Yep.
So having two real good corners without having to give up too much for him, I think that was definitely a good idea.
Yep.
Like you said, he's going back home. He's going to play well. I definitely think he's going to play well.
Okay. Some other notable trades hurt. What else? We had Darren Waller going to what, the Giants?
Yeah, I think he went to the Giants. Supposedly, what's his name? What's that coach's name? What's that coach's name?
Who?
The
Ryan Daboll?
Raiders.
Josh McDaniels.
Yeah, okay. So Josh McDaniels, thank you. Because in my head I had McVay. I had to mix something. I couldn't remember who it was. So McDaniels supposedly wasn't invited to Waller's wedding as he got married to Los Angeles ace Kelsey Plum, as one of the top players last year in the playoffs and one of the top players in the league, just in the WNBA. And they're, both in Vegas. She's an ace. He's a Raider, and then a couple of days later, after his wedding, he gets traded. So they're like, oh, so since he wasn't on the guest list, he got angry and traded Darren Waller. So that was the story behind that. But either way, if he did go to the Giants, I'm not 100% sure. That's not where he went to. That's a great trade for the Giants, because adding him. I think they signed Campbell too, the wide receiver that's with Indianapolis, because they re-signed Daniel Jones as well.
Right.
So having Daniel Jones back, they franchised what's his face, the running back, Saquon. Yeah. So they're adding weapons. That's what, again, as I argue all the time, if you believe in your quarterback, you add weapons for him. Period.
Yep.
How hard is that? But hey, you know what? This guy's pretty good. Let's add weapons. How good was Heineke? With gosh, man, everybody's names just drawn up.
Terry McLaurin.
Thank you. With McLaurin. Carson Wentz trash, as we all know, but McLaurin's your main guy. He's got to have a rapport with the quarterback. Your main guy has a rapport with people. Didn't you bring in more weapons? Like, okay, let's bring in a Tyreek, or let's bring in this person, or let's do this. Now I know Gesicki had left Miami and he's going to New England, which is the perfect place for him to go, honestly, because they really utilize their tight ends there. But I mean, you bring in weapons, and adding weapons to the Giants is not a bad idea, because the whole division it always flips. There hasn't been a repeat winner in like 15 years. So, even as good as the Philadelphia is, they're losing people. Their team's not going to be the same. The Dallas isn't going to be the same. So why not try to get that momentum your team had by making the playoffs and keep going from here and winning a playoff game? So the Giants could easily be the team that could take a division. So, yeah, that was a good move for them.
Any other moves that you like? Let's see. I'm trying to think.
Well, let's just get the cat out of the bag.
Okay.
When is this Aaron Rodgers thing going to end, so we can stop ever thinking about it or breathing about it?
Just like you say, you don't care about Lamar Jackson, dude.
I put Aaron in there too, so don't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I put both in there. Like, I don't care.
I am so done. I'm so done with Aaron Rodgers. He's obviously going to the Jets, but here's the thing: Green Bay, just look, dude is done. Stop holding the trade up. You found a trade partner. You had somebody that's willing to take on his massive cap number and compensation. Just trade him to the Jets. Get a third-round draft pick and let it be done with.
Oh, they want more than that. That's the problem. They don't want a third. They want what was that? What they want? What Detroit got for Stafford?
What?
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm saying this. I'm pretty sure that's what they're thinking. They want the whole kit and caboodle. You get what I'm saying? So that's where they're going. Real quick, what about Orlando Brown coming back to your division?
He's overrated. He's a good player, but he's overrated. I really don't
He
care.
was the number one offensive tackle.
He's overrated, dude.
Wow. Okay.
That's why. Heard it. Why do you think Kansas City? Look, Kansas City let him go. They brought in a free agent tackle from Jacksonville, paid him more than what Orlando Brown got.
Well, if he's overrated, why aren't people signing him like he's?
Because he played himself, He was trying to get paid all this money, right? Like he's a top-notch left tackle. This dude wanted 5 years, $100 million. He wanted $20 million a year. Nobody gave him that. Kansas City wasn't going to give him that.
What?
Dude,
I didn't know that part. 5 years, 100.
Yeah, well, he at least wanted $20 million a year, right?
Oh, that's smoking crack.
Yeah, well, he got 16 a year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he got 4 years, $64 million, and then $31 million signing bonus.
Yeah, but think about it, like
which is great. But who is you?
That's what I'm saying. Like he's
I didn't know he
overrated.
wanted that much.
He has 4 Pro Bowls, a couple at right tackle, a couple of left tackle. But trust me, dude, he's not. He's overrated. He's adequate, but he's not. The Kansas City was like, we're not paying. We're not giving him top notch money for the way he performs. You know what I'm saying? That's why they went out and got another left tackle, paid that dude $20 million, but they weren't paying that to Orlando Brown because he's overrated. But so I mean, it is what it is. He's good though. I mean, I'm not knocking him. He's good.
Yeah.
Ronnie Stanley, he signed his big deal 2-3 years ago and got $20 million a year for 5 years. You know what I'm saying? He wanted that type of contract. But when Ronnie Stanley got that, he knew the writing was on the wall. That's why he has to be traded out of Baltimore. But good for him, man. Good for him. So, and even Lamar tweeted about it apparently, congratulating Orlando Brown and
Yeah, I mean, you always congratulate somebody. At least you're in the league getting their money.
yeah.
Even though it might not be the money they want, it is still support.
Yeah, but he also said something like, yeah, all y'all 31 teams out there are going to be sorry, pretty much for not taking
For
him.
not saying Orlando Brown.
No, for not signing him. So
For Lamar.
yeah, he Let me see if I can. I'll see if I can find the tweet. But
Ain't nobody. No, whatever. He needs to go back to that concert.
little baby.
It's getting on my nerves. He's tweeting a little bit too much.
Hey man, that's Lamar, man. He loves that social media, man. But let me see if I can find the tweet. I'm on his Twitter.
But yeah, so it's it's a bit, like I said, it's been a crazy week. There's still some free agents out there to be signed. So, but yeah, it's been a crazy couple of days with the free agencies and, like you said, some of the trades. And it's crazy because I feel like teams are more willing to do trades now. Years ago they never wanted to really do trades. Now it's just commonplace. So I'm kind of happy with that. What do you think about Garoppolo going to the Raiders? And going back with his old offensive coordinator?
Yeah, I think it's a good fit. I mean, the thing with Garoppolo is just
staying healthy.
Yeah, that's it. So, but no, it's a good move. Good move.
Man, what do you think? Of course, the big news: Zeke getting cut by Dallas.
No, the question: what do you think about Zeke getting cut by Dallas?
Well, I wasn't shocked because that dude's production has been going down steadily every year, and everybody believes Pollard. I know Pollard got hurt, but Pollard has been the better running back the last couple of years.
Absolutely.
But I'm sure there's places out there that need a grinder type, who can hit a home run type running back out there.
Yeah, Washington.
Like a Buffalo or a place like that. Where do you see his next landing spot being?
I have no idea. I really don't. I was trying to think about where could he go. Where do broke down running backs go? I mean, I don't know.
Buffalo. I think. Hey, listen. Who they got? Montgomery. I don't even know who they have out there.
Who? They have the 2 quarterback duo of Dalvin Cook's brother and who's the other dude? Oh, Singletary.
Oh, yeah. So I mean, he could be. The thing is, I still see him getting flattened on that last play. He'll go somewhere. I think he'll add depth to a running back crew. You know what I mean? Like, again, he's not going to be the main guy, but he'll help with depth and injuries and change up and stuff like that. So.
But you couldn't have been happy to see him go because I mean, you liked him being on Dallas, showing a little production on that team.
Oh yeah,
so you probably hoping he would stay on Dallas.
I did. I didn't want Pollard to be there, but honestly, because they always, and again, and it's not my bias, but it's true. Like when they showed that team, they showed his face a lot. I'm like, what has he done? Like, show Schultz. Schultz has been productive. You know what I mean? Show a CeeDee Lamb's face. I mean, Dak's the quarterback, and the quarterback's always going to be seen. I get that. And anybody but their former offensive coordinator who was on TV every 5 seconds too. But every 5 seconds, see Dak, Zeke's face. Like what has this chipmunk done? He hasn't done anything. Why we keep looking at him? It's like, oh, the trio. What do you know, trio? It's like a duo and a guy. Like, what are you talking about? Like, it was. Just tired of seeing this little chipmunky in half-cut jersey jumping into the Salvation Army, thing. Anyway, so he'll be doing that for somebody else next year. That's all. So I'm happy about that.
Okay.
So what else you got for NFL? Anything?
Not really. I'm trying to think any other surprise big free agent moves.
Let's not forget, speaking of football, with the 4-0 DC Defenders, of course, alone in first place this weekend, battled the 3-1 Battlehawks, St. Louis. So that's going to be a tough game. 7 p.m. tonight on FX. So we got to see about that. Can the Defenders stay undefeated?
Dude, you tell me. I don't know what's going on.
Listen, the Battlehawks have a pretty good team. They're solid defensively. The Defenders, being their name, have the number 1 defense in the XFL. It's going to be a tough battle. I think the Defenders are going to eke it out.
Okay, good for them. So you're going to switch the channels between NCAA games and Defender games this weekend?
Probably, yeah. I mean, I got to support the hometown team, right?
Yeah, okay. Good for you.
So, all right. What else you got?
That's it.
All right. Well, so I'm going to talk a little baseball.
All right.
Of course, we got spring training going on, and at the same time, we had the World Baseball Classic.
Okay.
So your boy decided to tune in. I guess feel like it's been a long week already. I don't know what day was that. Because it's like Saturday, and I swear I watched it last Saturday, but it was just a couple of days ago. The USA was on. I forgot who we were playing. I forgot who we were playing, but I was like, I just want to see it. I haven't seen the baseball class, whatever. So USA is playing make up a country. I can't remember. But make up a country. Argentina, somebody. They don't even have a team in there. But they were playing, and seeing it's cool actually seeing these guys all on the same team. Seeing Pete Alonso playing with Mookie Betts, playing with Arenado, playing with Mike Trout, it's pretty cool.
Okay.
So I'm watching the highlights, and I was watching, and I didn't know what other games were on, but they were showing highlights of Puerto Rico coming back, beating the Dominican Republic, and that's of course a big Caribbean rivalry. Puerto Rican and Dominicans, and those guys spew baseball players. Guys are born to play baseball from the Dominican Republic and from Puerto Rico. So they always had like a big rivalry, and Puerto Rico came back to win that game. So after their closer, Edwin Diaz, struck out the side in the 9th inning, all they did was sit there in a little circle, jump up and down. Max, I'm doing the show, sir. Thank you. So they're jumping up, like, hey. I mean, not even like high off the ground. When they just go in a little circle and just kind of jump.
Okay.
So they're just doing they just show in the whatever. And then all you just kind of see is people holding their heads. Right? I'm like, what are they holding their head? What's going on? And I just see one dude crying. I'm like, who's crying? I was like, what is? I'm like, you can't really see what's going on. I just see somebody crying. And they're like, oh, we don't know what's going on. Looks like somebody's on the ground. I'm like, somebody's on the ground holding his leg. So it is the highest closer in baseball, Edwin Diaz, who tore his patella.
Damn.
And he's going to miss the season. And that was the first time, probably in a long time, my heart broke. Of course, he's the New York Mets closer. And that I don't even really get like this a lot in sports anymore due to me not having, not saying that emotional connection. I mean, I'm there for the wins and losses, you know what I mean? And for my Arsenals and for the Mets and, for the teams that I really, love and, care about, Florida State, stuff like that. But just, I think this is the first time, dude, I was devastated. That's all I can say. I was devastated for him. It just, when they picked him up, then they had to put him on a cart. I was just like, this is not good.
So how did this happen?
They were just jumping in a circle, like literally just jumping, just little hops.
So this was definitely due to
freak accident.
This is definitely due to the celebration.
This when it happened.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but it wasn't one of those where people are jumping up in somebody's arms and people piling on. It's literally a little hop up and down, going around in a circle like they always do. Or like we always, kids did in Little League or whatever. And it wasn't like a celebration where dudes are running back and forth doing crazy stuff. You know what I mean? Backflips and things like that. It wasn't that. It was just everybody's enthusiastic, everybody grabbing each other in a little circle that you see in weddings and everything. And next thing you know, he's on the ground and he's out for the year.
That's crazy.
So I didn't even know. I knew it. And of course, then the next day, of course, somebody, texted us about it since I already knew about it anyway.
Right.
But I was the dude. That night was rough. Then Arsenal lost the next day in a tough game on penalties, at home because Kim Kardashian was at the game. I was like, but Arsenal losing really wasn't that, like, I feel like it's more of a blessing than anything. But just seeing Edwin Diaz go down and just him being out for a year, just, So I was waiting for my first couple of thoughts were, I don't even know if I want to go to the games anymore. Like, I don't want to do anything. He was like, this dude is automatic. Like that dude, and just going down in a heap like that over a little freak thing. And there's Mets fans that were angry. There's Mets fans that were sad. There's Mets fans that are in between. I'm trying to calm people down. People are upset at Steve for letting him play. I'm like, Pete Alonso's playing. A couple of other guys are playing for, Team USA. Anything can happen to anybody. But it's just
that sucks, man.
Shohei Ohtani's over here throwing 102 miles an hour.
Right.
And hit home runs and got his team into the semifinals. So, I don't know. It's just a freak accident, but man, that hurt. That hurt a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah. So anyway, baseball. so that was my week.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy, man. Can't believe baseball, man. Be here. Opening day will be here in like 2 weeks, man. So, it's almost here.
Yeah, horseshoes and hand grenades. So I think that's all we got. But yeah, everybody, please stay tuned for more NCAA basketball today and just this weekend. And I think that's all we got.
Yeah, man.
So cool. Everybody, of course, StreamYard, YouTube, subscribe and like to the NYMD podcast, Google, Facebook, IG, Twitter, as well as Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Spreaker, and Stitcher apps. Wherever you find podcasts, you will find Brian and Kevin of the NYMD podcast. Thank you, everybody. Have a great weekend. Stay safe.
Peace out, y'all.
Oh, hold on. Let me do my